Hello, this is Keith All. In today's tutorial, I will show you how you can add a go or back to top button using the Builderall platform. So right now we're viewing a template website that I'm building, and so basically, what is a back to top button? So it's more or less like an anchor button. It's once you click on it, it's going to bring you to a certain location on your web page. So up here, I currently have a menu up here, and if I click on any one of these, it's going to scroll to this particular section in that particular web page. But as you can see right now, there's nothing here for me to easily get back to the top, other than using the scroll bar up here to get back to the top. Of course, this last item here, if I click on location, it's going to bring me, of course, to that particular section of my web page. And in this particular section, it happens to be at the bottom of the web page. So in the footer, I do have a menu item, so I could click on the home button right there, and it'll bring me back to the top without trying to deal with the scroll bar. But let's say that I want to add something else that's always going to be on this side or this side or whatever. Like no matter where you scroll, this particular button is going to appear there, and its only function is once you click on it, it'll always bring you back up to the top of the web page. So let's see how we could do that in the Builderall platform. So I'm going to go over to my editor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button. So I'm going to click on this plus sign here to add an element, and I'm going to select a button right here. And what I'm going to do is, you could select any one of these, but I'm going to select this particular button right here. So let's close out of that. So let's now format this. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to first get rid of the text. You could leave the text on there and say go back to top or something like that. But I'm going to eliminate the text on there. So now it's gone. Now let's format the appearance of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background to background color of it to transparent. So all I'm going to have to do is, you could do it two ways. You could hit the delete button right here, or you can just go up here and select transparent. Either way, it does the same thing. So if I hit delete, it's going to change it to transparent. Now the hovering of it, I want to also delete it. So I'm going to delete that. So I'll get rid of that. Now what I want to do is I want to add an icon to this. So let's select an icon from our list here. And as you can see in the library, there are many icons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select something that's visual for the user, that's going to point them upward. So I could click this, I could select this icon to let the user know that, okay, if I click on this, it's going to scroll up or whatever. Or I could click this arrow button. So you have many different choices, and you can be creative with this. You could also select this one. So I'm just going to select this up arrow here, and it turns red to let you know that it's selected. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the icon color. Right now it's transparent, so I'm going to select black. So now it changes to black. And even if I hover over it, I could change it to a different color. So let's change it to a different color. Let's say I'm going to have it turn red once we hover over it. And you can have many different options to work with. You can change the size of it. See, it increases the size and stuff like that. So you have many different options to play with. So I'm going to hit the confirm button right here. And as you can see, now I could do a different choice of a color because let's see, let's change the size of the box here. It might be okay. The other thing is now I want to pin this element. So no matter where we are in the web page, I always want it to appear in the same area. So if you scroll down, it always will be up. It will always be there for the user to see. Basically, they won't have to search for it. So I'm going to pin this element. Now you have a couple different options. Manual pin means that right now, if I choose that, it's always going to stay in this area. So if I scroll down here, see, it stays here, stays in this location. So if or I could change it to, let's see, pin element, and I'm going to pin at the border. And I have my choice of these different sections of the web page. I'm going to choose the middle section of this web page on the right hand side. So watch it move over, and it moves over. Okay? Now we have to choose the action of what's going to happen when the user selects it. So in my case, I'm going to select anchor because I already have anchor points set up for the menu items here. So whenever the user clicks on it, it's always going to go to the home anchor point of the web page. So I'm going to click OK, and here's the home anchor set to it. So if I go ahead and click on save, click save, do that, and if I go ahead and preview it, you can see now the arrow pointing right here. So if I hover over it, it changes to red. So let's go down to the bottom and watch what happens. This arrow right here is there. So if I click on it, it's going to scroll right back up. Let's go to the About Us section. Same thing. It's going to always stay in this area. If I click on it, it'll scroll right back up to the top. Services, the same thing. If I click on it, it'll go back to the top. So that's how you can add a visual button, basically, to allow the user to scroll back up to the top of the web page no matter where they are inside the web page, whether it be at the bottom, the middle, top third, wherever that they are. This button will always be there for them so they can easily scroll back up without dealing with the scroll bar. Hopefully this tutorial was very helpful for you today. Come back often because I do more tutorials on using the Builderall platform, so I could teach you guys how to use this and be more effective as a developer using the Builderall tools. Thanks again. Stop by often, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell notification so whenever I have a new video, you'll be notified when a new video gets uploaded. Thanks again, and you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.